man, I plan on going to.
Yeah. We don't want to be.
You sit down, Brother Randy, you want to have a lot of trouble getting there. No, I don't think I'll have a lot of trouble getting there. I may have a lot of trouble in this life.
Yeah.
Of the natural things and the material things. But I'll have no trouble getting to heaven. You say, why would you say such a thing? Well, I got an elder brother that's already there and made a way that I could go. And he didn't leave me down here just to try to make this on my own. If I try to make it on my own, my journey is too great. And I need a friend. And he said that he would be a friend that would stick closer than a brother.
Yeah.
He said in one place, he said, though a mother would forsake her suckling babe,
Yeah.
he said, I'll never forsake you.
Yeah.
For I have engraven you, or graven you, upon the palms of my hand. Oh, listen, friend, you say, well, that he is graven your name upon the palm of his hands. Oh, how in love that my Savior stretched forth his hands on an old rugged cross for the joy and let mankind drive those nails through his hands and his feet.
Yeah.
Oh, who did he do this for?
The world.
It said, for God so loved the world. He's not talking about the grass, the trees, that's never turned away from his children. He said, my eyes is over the righteous, my ears is open unto their cry. Oh, listen, here was this old brother, and his name was Paul. How that he began to talk about the tempter, and how that he came, friend. I said, he even tried the Lord, friend, but listen, I'm glad this morning that there is but one God, friend, and we can't drink listen, sweet and bitter water from the one fountain. It won't give out sweet and bitter water. Listen, friend, and we can't serve two masters. Either we'll love one, or we'll hate the other, or we'll desire one and despise the other. Oh, but as that song was being sung, give me Jesus, let the world go by. Oh, listen, friend, Jesus said like this, he said, all that came before me was as thieves and robbers. They came to steal, to kill, and destroy. But what I have come to give you life, and life more abundantly. He came to his own received him not, but as many as received him, gave he the power for them to become sons of God. Oh, listen, when he said sons, it didn't only mean just the male, it meant also the female too, friend. Listen, and he good this morning to have salvation down in your heart, and that you can be called a child of the living God. Oh, listen, what have you for me this morning, Randy? I don't have no silver, friend. I don't have no gold, but such as I have, I give unto thee. As that man lay by the gate called Beautiful, Brother Joy, and as he was crippled, and no doubt he might have had a friend to take him out there every day, but he was desired, listen, that he might buy a little bread, or a little food, or maybe some clothing for himself, or even to pay someone to bring him out there. Listen, to beg, and said there was two men came by. Listen, that tipple there, and as he fixed his eyes upon them, listen, one of them began to say, silver and gold have we none, but such as we have, we give unto thee. In the name of Jesus, listen, rise up and walk, and it said immediately his ankles gained strength, and he stood up, and he went they told him to be quiet. Oh, but he said that he cried the louder. Oh, Son of David, have mercy on me. What did the Lord do? He walked over to where he was at, and he told him, said, come. Oh, blind Barnabas, what did he do? Son, he said he laid aside his jack coat, and he went to the Lord. Oh, listen, friend, you gotta lay aside this world out there and the pleasures of him. To be a vessel of honor. Listen. The scriptures begin to talk like this. And listen, I'll try to get back to Paul just in a minute. But listen, he said to be a vessel of honor. Listen, he said some men build upon this. Listen, with hay and stubble and wood and precious stone. But he said if a man, listen, would forsake these things, listen, he would be a vessel of honor, meant for the master use. Oh, friend, this morning, he said in one place like this, who is he that did not give up home? Who is he that did not give up mother, father, children, and all these things that shall not obtain a hundredfold in this life only, but in the next life, eternal life. Oh, do you need gold this morning? No, friend. I need the master this morning. Listen, do you need silver? No, friend. I need the master this morning. Oh, no wonder old Davy Road. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. I don't need no other God this morning. I need the one true living God. That's what I need. Listen, he said that he leads me beside the still waters. Listen, I want to say this morning, friend, though the tempter came and he is tempting me, I still have that peace. Listen, within me. Listen, and I say like this, the world looks on thee, and listen you, and they begin to say like this, when a little trouble comes, I look at him, he's surely done something against God, all these troubles wouldn't happen to him, all this stuff, but I love what you said, brother, and I can back it up with the Bible. We're living in a land of trouble and heartache. It rains on the just as well as the unjust. The sun shines on the just as well as the unjust. Listen, the old devil, I've heard people say that he can steal your salvation away from you. I've got news for you, and I got news for him, friend. Listen, he can't touch this thing called salvation, because salvation is of the Lord. Listen, and it was proven by him, Brother Brian, that I move and have my being. Listen, without him, I'm nothing, friend. Yeah, less than nothing. I'm as a grasshopper. I'm as a serpent. Friend, listen, I'm glad this morning. Listen, that I can depend upon him. Listen, and as I read about old Paul and how that he has suffered many things listen, and they said that a great tempter, listen, I was coming upon that. And you say, well, how is it like that? What do you mean, Randy? I'm talking about a great storm, friend. Listen, and they began to talk among themselves, and Paul began to say like this, except you abide in the shield. Where are you abiding at this morning, friend? He said, except you abide in the shield, you shall likewise perish. Listen, and he said that the bow raked upon the rocks and was busted asunder. Listen, they found themselves on an island. Listen, various people. Listen, what do you mean? Listen, Randy, various people, friendless son, and they found themselves upon an island. Listen, these people were terrible people. They were people that sacrificed, no doubt their children and some of their families. Listen, to a God. Listen, that they had made up out of stone. But listen, here was this. It said that they took them, listen, prisoner, and they were rejoicing because of the abundance of rain. I've heard so many people talk about the rain here lately. I'm talking how that they like to see the sunshine and it wouldn't quit raining. Friendless son, and I told you we are to be the people that would look like this. Whatever state we're in, let us be content. Listen, and I said over there a while ago, and you mentioned it in your prayer, brother. Listen, it's not about this life here, children. It's about the one that we're going to live after this life. Listen, that's the one it's about. Prisoner there, Paul, and began to say to him now, you go gather some sticks. Listen, for the fire. And he said that he went and gathered some sticks. Listen, and said as he threw these sticks on the fire, there was a viper came out and lashed himself to his hand. He just broke loose and slung it into the fire. Listen, and sat down by the fire. And then he began to say, look at him. Listen, he must be a murderer. Listen, a bad man. This wouldn't happen to him. Friendless son, they sat by to see him swell up and die. Listen, but he didn't swell and he didn't die. If I could tell you anything, church, when trouble comes, hold on to Jesus. You'll make it through. Listen, and he said that they changed their mind about him, and they began to say that he was a god or something like that. Oh, listen, friend, if that old devil could do anything, he would like to tarnish your Christian life, knowing he can't touch it, but he might let somebody see out there. Listen, that is not saved. See, well, that man there, and I've heard it so often, Brother Nathan, if that man goes to heaven, I can go also. But I want to tell you, friend, it's not like that. No, I'll go to heaven for myself and not another, friend. Listen, it don't matter to Randy what the world says or what they think, friend. I got one goal in my life, and I want to make it to the other side. Though the storm may rage, I done received the word of my Lord. Let us go to the other side. Listen, friend, and I'm depending upon Him. Let the storms come. Oh, He is my refuge in the time of trouble. Oh, He's my shelter in the time of storm. Oh, He prepares the table in the presence of my enemies. ready. I feel with all my heart, friend. He's getting his people ready. He's getting his church ready. Where are they going? Some are preaching and teaching that we're staying here, friend. But I got news for you. According to the book, I'm leaving this world. I'm going to the other side. Where my Lord is. Who can go? Everybody wants to. You don't want to. I recall as a young man, 19 years old, felt condemned in my heart. All my sins happened several times before that. I keep putting it off. I'm putting it off. Seems like it got a little easier for me to say no. Every time. Oh, not right now. I want to enjoy these pleasures. Sin. I want to enjoy. I stood on the riverbank, watched my brother being baptized. My heart was literally thought it was coming out. There was a wrestling going on down in there. And I thought about Jacob as he wrestled with the angel. There was a wrestling going on down in there. The old preacher came to me. He said, "Don't you think there's something you need to do?" I said, "No, not right now. Not right now." I know what he was talking about. No, I want to put it off for a while. Oh, about 7 o'clock that night, they called a little prayer meeting up there in the cottage. Up on the hollow there where I live. They invited me to come down. Some people say, "Well, Randy, you can't get saved just in the church house." I got news for you, friend. Out there, people talk about being on the side of the hill. Being 2 miles underground. It doesn't matter. When God is dealing with the heart, then you need to say, "Lord, here am I." Listen. And let him, he says he stands and knocks upon the door. Just say, "Here am I, Lord, come into my life. Make me a different person." Oh, you're talking about at 19 years old, I thought I had the world by the tail. I listened, had a little money in my pocket, was enjoying the pleasures thereof. A friend out with my girlfriends, doing what I wanted to do. Listen, disobedient unto my father and mother, Lord, that they wanted me home and to stay there of the night. And you say, "Well, Randy, how do you know that?" There's never been a time, one hour of the night, that I come home and I picked on the door. I hear my mother get down the bed, and just not one time, Brother Paul, and I could hear her get out of the bed. Listen, ain't it good when you can go to the mother's house? And I'm talking about the old church today, friend. I liken it unto my mother. Many a time, listen, when the door was open, the first thing is she wanted to know, "Are you hungry? Do you want something to eat?" Listen, and there's been times that she'd fix me something to eat, and she'd say, "The bed is ready in there if you need some rest." Oh, friend, listen, that's the way the old church is today. Listen, she said, "Come in. I hear he's ready to eat. I hear he's a bed for you to lay down in." I find, brother, that when I'm out there, I face everything coming and going. But when I'm in with my brothers and sisters in the church, listen, friend, listen, the world ain't on my mind anymore. Listen, I don't worry so much about the troubles and the trials out there anymore. Because I'm safe with God. Safe with God. He cares for his people. It's his good pleasure to give us the kingdom. That's what he said. He's got a storehouse full. got a storehouse full. I hear people say, well, I've lost my place. And I believe that you can lose your joy. You won't lose your salvation, but you lose your joy. David said, restore unto me the joy of thy salvation. It wasn't David's salvation. It was the Lord's salvation, of thy salvation. Restore unto me the joy. Remain a down my mind. This old brother that I was talking about in this book here, wrote so many books of this Bible in the New Testament, got down and got discouraged. Listen, he even thought in one place that he was wrong. No doubt. But I read, and my history telling me this, that when he was killed, that they had a chopping block up there. And it said that when he was released to go to his beheading, that he run to that.
Heaven's where he wanted to be.
Yeah.
Lord,
Sometimes I walk, sometimes I run.
yeah.
But I'm still on this path, and I'm still going to heaven. No wonder why Job said that. He spoke to his wife, I'll tell you this, knock it out of the way, Brother Carl. There was a man who lost 10 children, lost his home, lost everything that he possessed.
Yeah.
Was afflicted from the top of his head to the soles of his feet with boils. Set in an ash pile. They took a pot shear. What is a pot shear? That's what they used to scrape all the black out of the pot with. And he scraped himself. Scraping those boils. Now I hear a lot of preachers use this to downgrade a woman or something other. He said his wife came in and she said, why don't you curse God and die? And I believe she meant like this. Why do your belly ache so much, Job? I bore 10 children. I lost as much as you lost. And I don't believe that his answer was as a railing thing to her. I believe he said like this, honey, you're speaking foolish words. Yet though he slay me, yet will I serve him. Oh, all the days of my life, he said, I'll wait for my change. Someday this old mortal man that you look at is going to take on a change. He said, hide me away in the grave, set me a appointed time, call for me and I will answer. There's an appointed time, Brother Darrell, when he's going to call the church out of this world. Nobody knows this but God. Jesus said, not even the angels of heaven know this. But when God says, son, it's time to go and get your bride, he ain't going to hesitate 1 second. They say, well, it's going to take him a while to gather all the people in up on this earth. Scriptures teach me that the appearing of Jesus Christ shall be as a lightning flashing from the east to the west. That's how quick it's going to be. Oh, how long will it take him to change me? In a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, he'll change me. Same way with judgment. Friend, listen, so many carry out and say you're going to have to give an account for this, give an account for that, and all this, and you're going to receive this award, that reward, all these things. Judgment is going to be the same way. To my right, to my left. That's what he's going to say. Put the goats on the left, the sheep on the right. Yeah. There's going to be a separation. When you preach about the church and how the people that are Christians are going to take on change. I've had some that disagree with this. That lost man is going to change too. He's going to take on a body that'll never burn up. That'll be tormented forever and ever. He'll be able to see, touch, and all these things. He finally said a rich man that was in hell. He suffered all. He knew all these things. He could see it, Lazarus in Abraham's bosom. taste. He wanted a little bit of water on his finger to cool his tongue. But there'll never be no end to this. And you talk about this, I'm going to say this, and I'll hush. If God should pull his mercy and his grace from this world, you just imagine about trouble. It'd be a total chaos in this world without it. But I'm going to say this. The Bible says the fool has said in his heart, there is no God. Look around me. I can look at these brothers and sisters here, and I can look at this crowd here and see God. And I want to tell you this. Well, you say, well, God has made a mess of this world. God didn't do it, friend. Listen, everything that he done was good and very good. When it comes to the soul, it's the same way. Everything he does is good and very good. And it will endure.